We're getting all beefed up in our espresso kitchen this morning. Zola, look at you. Look at you. I see 3 steaks and they're all made differently.
They are? Yes, so we're going to teach people, because we're getting beefed up, we're going to teach people how to cook a proper steak. Because everyone thinks you have to go to a restaurant to eat a steak that's juicy and it's cooked to your preferred doneness.
No, this is juicy enough for me.
Exactly.
I'm going to make this. Okay.
Okay. So first things first, when you cook your steak, make sure that you season the steak only just before you're about to cook it. So generously with salt and pepper.
Right.
Season the steak just before, not, you know, like a few hours before, because it draws out the moisture, because that's what we want. We want juicy. Also put olive oil onto the actual steak, not in the pan. You want the pan to be screaming hot so that it sears straight away. Okay.
Okay,
So we're gonna,
I like this advice.
we're going to put this in.
Question, the actual steak, do I leave it outside for a little bit?
Yes, it's best to cook it from room temperature.
Okay.
So I'm not saying leave your steak out all day because that's dangerous. But I mean, take it out an hour before you're about to cook it, because then the temperature regulates and it's all even temperature throughout. Okay, so after you've mastered that part, you want to master getting it done to your preferred doneness. Okay. So for blue steak, which this will be, you just pop it into the pan, 1 minute per side. The steak in the middle should be still cold, in essence. So the outside will be warm, the inside will be cold.
What if that's not your favorite one? Because I don't want the steak cold in the middle.
But then don't have blue steak. Don't have blue. This is a rare steak. So we've cooked it for about 2 minutes per side.
Like that.
And these are guidelines for 2 centimeter thick steaks. Okay, so if your steak is thinner, just adjust slightly. So this is rare, so you can see it's seared around the outside, but it's still pretty pink in the middle. Okay, so the temperature should be a bit warmer. The core, the very core, should still be a little colder than the outside, but that's for a rare steak.
Okay.
Okay. This is more on the medium rare side. You can see the pinkness has changed slightly. It's a bit more cooked than this one. If you want it medium, you'll cook it for an additional minute. So this was about 2 minutes. This is about 3 minutes on each side.
Right.
Go for another minute and you'll get medium rare. Or medium rather. This is medium rare. Okay.
So this is our medium steak over here. Okay.
Exactly. So
and
this
it's
is
beautiful. It's the way I know it.
Yes, and you see that there's no steak juices running around. Or the important part about cooking steak is that you rest it properly. So if you've cooked it for 2 minutes per side, put it under foil and rest it for another 4 minutes. So rest it for the exact amount of time that you cooked it. So for example, Ilon, if I took your hand and I put it on a hot pan and I burnt it, will you not tense up and be like,
very much.
And then once you realize that I've just burnt you, you relax afterwards because you sort of dealt with the fact that I've just burnt you, and you relax and all your juices go back to where they were supposed to be and your blood regulates. And
is that the same thing that happens to the steak?
The same thing that happens to the steak.
I think we need to turn it around.
Yes, we do.
Before it just does exactly what my hand would do when I get burnt. Thanks, Zola. Well, after the break, we're actually cooking with our steak. We're taking it one step further as we're getting all beefed up in our espresso kitchen. Zola's going to stay with us. You stay with us. We'll be back after the break.
By supporting businessmen like Sibusiso Chabalala and his Berry Hill Trading Company, that's where we found goodness. Pick and Pay, always there for you.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Espresso on SABC3. Now, before the break, we started showing and making the perfect piece of meat. Zola showed us how to make it medium, how to make it rare, how to make it medium rare, and how to make it blue.
Yes.
We've decided that my favorite is the medium rare and the medium.
Yes.
But what are we making this time around? We're turning it up a notch.
Yes, so we're using, of course you can use your steak. Once you've mastered the art, you can use, eat it with sauce, eat it however. But we're going to make steak and mushroom calzones today. Okay, so you've got onions browning in there. You're going to add a bit of oregano, dried or fresh. You can use whatever your preference is or whatever you have at home.
And I love how Zola always goes a little bit, but she seasons it, hey? It goes in.
A bit of chili, because we like a bit of spice in our life.
She's making sure that it's in there.
And then we go in with the mushrooms.
Now listen, this smells
she's just going to saute.
Amazing already. Now, we're going to give you the keyword as well so that you can recreate this at home and get a link to the recipe, of course. But we're getting all beefed up in our espresso kitchen this morning. So everything really has got to do with meat and really healthy too, I guess, because it's less oil, right, Zola?
This is true.
Yeah,
this is
and
true.
it's slimming.
Okay.
And what else?
I don't know about this calzone being slimming, but it does taste good.
It does taste good. How far are you now?
Here I've got some bread dough that you can either buy at your Pick and Pay bakery, or you can make it yourself. It's a basic bread dough.
I'm sure you made it yourself, innit?
Of course. I mean, must you ask? Okay. Okay, so we roll it out really thinly. Then once you've done that, we're going to mix in some of the steak that we cut earlier, just to heat it through. You don't have to cook it after then because it's going to cook again here.
Right.
Okay, so we've got some filling that we made previously, and I'm just going to pop a bit into our
It's
calzone.
nice how it's browned and how it turned out to be. Okay,
Exactly,
so I've still got a long way to
caramelizes.
go here.
And then
Okay.
we've got a bit of mozzarella cheese, because a calzone, in essence, is like a folded pizza.
Yeah.
And so what's pizza without a bit of
cheese
a bit of
inside.
cheese? Okay, so then you fold over your bread.
I want to see how you're going to do this because in
Okay.
our finished product, I see it's quite pressed down.
It's crimped.
Some of them lift a little bit. Is it okay if that happens?
It's okay, you know. Use your prerogative. Okay, so we're going to crimp it here, so just to seal. So just basically you're folding in the edge, basically, with your fingers.
Turn it around. It's like doing needlework.
It is. Well, yes, with your 2 fingers on dough, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Okay, so then you crimp it. So basically I'm just folding the pastry over and then pressing down with my finger. And then onto a baking tray. See,
I love
the
how
best
you
thing
lift
about dough is that you can
I
play
know,
around with it.
Zola's so good at
Don't
this.
be shy. It's,
Okay, so
it's your
onto our
friend,
baking
okay?
tray.
Then
Do you base it
Put
halfway
olive
through
oil?
it all? No.
do you what?
Do you put olive oil on halfway through?
No, you put it on at the beginning and then you
Okay,
put it into the
and that's
oven
it.
and bake it. Let it go golden brown. And there you have
Voila,
steak
voila.
and mushroom
This is what it
calzone.
looks like at the end, Zola. So
It is.
how long did this stay in for?
Until the bread cooks, it's golden brown. It takes about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
A keyword for today is steak. So steak to 33728 in order to create this
Shall I cut one for
beautiful,
you?
beautiful, beautiful. It's so nice. We're gonna have a look as to how Zola created this. Take a look.
Saute onion, then add oregano and mushrooms and fry until browned. Add garlic, chili paste, steak and seasoning. Roll dough balls out on floured surface. Place filling onto dough, then top with mozzarella. Fold dough over to cover filling and crimp to seal. Brush with olive oil, then bake at 180 degrees until golden brown and crisp.
And our keyword is steak.
Steak, it
to
is.
33728 to create this beautiful, I just call it a beef pie.
It is, and you can call it whatever you want. It's
The
delicious.
cheese
whatever you call
inside
it.
has melted nicely and it's become, well, we just cut one in half, literally. Zola just presented one to me. So I'm gonna try this, but spring is upon us and we need some new fashion to be inspired with. So over to Leigh-Anne and our beautiful Alexis.
It's at the All Seasons Milk Factory where we found goodness produced on a daily basis. Pick and Pay, always there for you.